Good morning, everybody. It's Friday. It's a perfect day in my neighborhood to sit with a cup of hot cocoa and stay in your office and trade because it's a thundering and raining, one of those very lazy days. Okay, today's featured stock pick, JCP. JCP is coming out of another rounded bottom breakout. Had a rounded bottom breakout back here, went right to the 200 like it's supposed to. We've pulled back, a little bit of a correction. It's doing it again. We have a little bull kicker here coming out up through the 50, the 34, and the 20, up through the big three. We'll look for the 200-day moving average as our directional target. Price could easily move higher, but that's the first hurdle that we'll try to get through. Buy on strength over 26.20, which is basically yesterday's close. And for PBO buyers, if we have something, maybe a low pops in below yesterday's high, we'll look for something down to about 25.17, which is about this red line right here. So JCP, today's stock pick, featured stock pick. And for other stock picks today, BPI. Oh, real quick, a reminder. Tomorrow, Saturday, rounded bottom breakout clinic, 10 a.m. Eastern time for the rounded bottom breakout folks. If you have questions, please email them to me ahead of time. It would be helpful. We'll be looking, I think there was some interest in going over the PCF scans to find those rounded bottom breakouts. What we'll do is we'll go over the scans. I'll go through my telechart list and show you how I might pick them out, might look at them, and that'll finish up our rounded bottom breakout clinic. Immediately following 11 o'clock Eastern, there will be the follow-up clinic to Steve Risner's trading earnings. Immediately following, that will be 11 o'clock Eastern, and everything will work out just fine, I'm sure. Okay, everybody, let's get back to this. It's Friday. Let's see, BPI rounded bottom breakout. Shrink that up a little bit. You can see how we've had the move down. We've had plenty of time for it to consolidate, gain some energy. We're now up over the big three. We're going to look for the 200-day moving average as our directional target. You want to buy this on strength. Is there a link to Duchess members? You just log into the room. The password will be profit, PROFIT, and you won't be able to log in to maybe I just sent out another. Oh no, I did that yesterday. I sent out a link to all members with that link. With that link, and I was just PM'd a question. Will I be doing separate recordings? And yes, I will. Yeah, check your email. If you're a member and you did not receive an email yesterday with the link, please let me know. We need to figure out why. Now, if there's a couple isolated cases, we'll do it one-on-one. But if there's more than one, I'm gonna. And you know what? I'll send it out anyway. Okay, Duchess. But if you remind me in a few minutes, I'll go look and make sure that everything's good on my end for you. Steve, Steve, you should have got it, Steve. Huh. All right, well, let's work on that in a minute here. BPI, rounded bottom breakout, buy on strength. CIG. CIG is a pinball setup. We've had a nice little gap up from a doji, and we've gapped and consolidated to the right up over the T-line. I think this is set up very nice to move up a little further. Let's go look at the T-line chart. You see our T-line chart is doing a swing low buy signal right here. And this is where, you know, if you get the opportunity to buy as close to that T-line as possible, and then when it starts running, you use that T-line as a stop area. It's a perfect guideline. It's just really, really good. And here's your opportunity to look at this early on. Now, of course, by the end of the day, it must close over the T line. It must stay over the T line. DRYS. DRYS, kind of humming right along right here. We've had several days to the downside. Popped down through the big three, and now it looks like it's trying to come back up. On strength, I would look at trading this. Ultimately, we need to get it back above the 20, and then we'll look for attacking the 200-day moving average up here. GGB. I think GGB is a beautiful picture. Now, just because it's a beautiful picture doesn't mean it's going to work out, and unfortunately, that's the way trading stocks is. It's just sometimes, no matter how good they look, they just don't work out when we want them to or how we want them to. But if you take a look at this GGB, you can see this trend that's moving up here. Let's get my drawing tools out. You can see how that trend is moving up. Look how we came back. We put in this little doji. We gapped up and took off for a nice little swing rally. Well, now we've pulled back. There's our sell signal. We've pulled back, and it would appear that we're trying to put a bottom in right here on the 200-day moving average. We have a bullish engulf, little consolidation candle, and now yesterday we closed up over the T line ever so slightly. We haven't quite crossed with the our swing low buy signal with our moving average lines, but on strength today, anything over the T line, this will cross up, and it certainly is one I would take a look at. I just think that's a nice little pullback, and we could just run right up again for another swing. GRPN. I think GRPN is still set up. GRPN has been one that many of us have been watching. Many of us are in. It's acting terrific. I think this is tightening up, and rounded bottom breakout traders, you can see that how everything's working here. We've got the rounded guppy bottom, the squeeze, we're over the big three, everything's looking good. All we need is those bulls to get in there and pop this up just a little bit, and we should be making some really good money back up into this 7, high 6, low 7, and then from there we could run to that 200. Joy, J-O-Y, is on the list today. Joy is another beautiful rounded bottom breakout chart. Joy was a featured stock pick on 830. 830, just about right there. So we have a could have made money from here up. We've had our pullback, and now we may be ready to move back up again, challenge these highs, and possibly challenge a 200-day moving average. So we want to be a buyer of Joy on any strength, any bullish strength today. KERX, we've got a little J hook in the making right here. KERX has been in a nice trend. We broke out of the 200-day moving average. If we can see a breakout of this base right in here, I think we're going to see something to retest the high $4 range. You know, that's a dollar. Excuse me. That's a dollar move in a $3 stock. That's a huge percentage. Good money in that. Follow the T-line. This is a very easy T-line run chart. You just simply want to stay in it as long as there's no harsh sell signal and we don't have a close below the T-line. NIHD, have that one back on the list today. NIHD, I think it's setting up to where it may be getting ready to pop to the upside. So far it's right in our buy area. Targets are still the same. Rounded bottom breakout has consolidated sideways, very nice. We're still looking for the 200-day moving average as our directional target. PGNX, another pinball setup. We taking a look at this chart. At the time, I don't pay any attention to things like this little hammer right here because I know a hammer needs confirmation, and I know that I will get that confirmation when I go through my scans on my TCNet scanning. So I don't really ever worry about that. Well, now I did my scans and it popped up. It popped up because of the chart formation and the fact it closed over the T-line. Now that I look at the chart, now that my interest is in the chart, I can go back and look, okay, what helps me justify this chart? I can see this little hammer built right here. I see the pullback, very controlled, very small candled pullback, certainly didn't destroy that hammer. And then we have a doji gap up over the T-line. This is a buy on strength over the T-line, and it is a pinball setup. PLCM. We've had a nice rally here, nice little pullback. Looks like the bulls are stepping back in. A little bit of profit taken, consolidation, wiggling around the big three. Morning star signal. The last three candles on strength, I would look to be a buyer. And I think I have one more. TTWO. TTWO, rounded bottom breakout, just simply consolidating. We have a nice little 1 2 1 2. We're in a three wave move here. Just a simple down up, a lot like a little thunderbolt. This is our little thunderbolt right there, and we're whoops, not a good arrow, but little trend that could be starting right here, coming from this little 1 2 3 pattern. Nothing more than a little pullback pattern. Great little pattern to trade, easy to spot. And the SPY. What is the SPY doing this morning? 143.47. So it looks like we're opening up just a tad higher than our close. Not a whole lot. Bottom line, we are trapped between the T-line and the 50. It's real simple. Well, here, market's opening up. We'll leave it here just a minute. You can see where we're opening up in the low right now, the low end of yesterday, but we're still trapped between the T-line and the 50. There is just no sense getting crazy until you know which direction this thing is going to move. Anything below the 50 gives us a bearish bias. If we start moving up over the T-line, we'll have a bullish bias. Okay, let me get this on YouTube.